Hey guys, I'm back. The none of you who listen, if you were wondering, yes, I'm back. Here in another episode of the Husky Barbu. Um, I'm thinking of not doing videos for a while. Just because I want to keep this more natural. I don't know. It's not like videos are doing gangbusters. Well, none of the video, the audio isn't doing gangbusters either. But that's not the point, actually. The point is to get my thoughts across. I mean, at first, when I started this thing first, it was more like a show about nothing. I tried to be funny, and then I realized, well, unless I have someone to play with, I can't be funny. Then I discovered very recently that I suck doing interviews. If you're wondering what that means, check out the Robert Frost interview where he talks and I just agree or shut my mouth. So it's been almost a year trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. I mean, I already said this before, and I don't want to repeat myself, but I feel that I have to do this. Not because I have these delusions of grandeur. I don't. I have very little self-esteem, and I'm not paying any promotion, and I'm not doing anything to promote this thing. So it's no delusion of grandeur. There's this inner need inside of me. Something inside of me is just pushing me to do this. And in some ways, I'm in the best time of my life because things are organized here at home. Things are okay. I mean, with certain exceptions, things are good. And things are good with my wife. Things are good with my daughter. Health is so-so. I'm overweight. I have undiagnosed sleep apnea, and undiagnosed because I haven't gone to a doctor to officially diagnose it, but symptoms are all there. I can't sleep at night. I'm snoring. I have a lot of difficulty breathing at night or anytime now when I try to sleep, because I was trying to sleep all afternoon since I only have my weekends off, and couldn't muster a breath. I mean, every time I just felt like I was gasping for air. So that's wonderful times in that department. And as you can tell, my stamina and my vigor, not in that department, you sick fucks. We'll talk about that later. Not the other department, but me cursing. But it's just that, I have very little perkiness, let's just say that, in terms of dealing with shit. So my fuse is non-existent practically. Salud. I'm going to drink some water. So yeah, meanwhile, I've kind of been drawing again. I stopped drawing for a while because of my chronic back problems and also the lack of sleep. I didn't have any desire to do anything. But I've been drawing a little bit more now, here and there again. Was having also some problems with the computer, other than it's slow as hell. But I got the software now legally. What do you mean? You had it illegally before? Yes, I'm poor. Sue me. See, this is one thing that I will always have with you guys. I will always strive to be honest and sincere and not bullshit you. Because I think bullshit is rampant, bullshit is everywhere, and people always trying to pretend to be something they're not, just to appease people and appear to be more nice or be more likable than what they really are. In my particular case, what you see is what you get. And I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm not here to try to feel anybody better. I'm just being me, for better or for worse. Now, the worst part, I don't mean to be the worst. I don't mean to be evil or come off as a bad person to people that meet me in person. I'm just aloof, distant, very into my own world because I'm an introvert. So I have no fucking clue what's going on the outside. And sometimes I say things that come off as coarse or harsh, and people want to be accusing me or calling me as this guy has no tact or way of dealing with other human beings. And yeah, that's true. I don't have one iota of socializing. Unless we're going to talk about shit that I like, I'll be in a corner with my fucking mouth shut and you will not hear a peep from me. I give you that promise. So done talking about me because such an interesting subject that is. Let's talk about some geeky shit that I watched over the weekend. Got to see the first two episodes of Wandavision, which is kind of the talk of the town right now in terms of the geek verse. And since I'm kind of a geek, I guess I have to talk about it. So I saw those first two episodes, and I mean, if you don't want spoilers, then seek life elsewhere. I gotta have to talk about them. But what is there to spoil? I mean, if you watch the episodes, it's like the slowest of burns. They are obviously trapped or encapsulated in something. I mean Wanda and Vision, and they're kind of recreating 60s sitcoms, and they're kind of aware of who they are aware of who they are, but they don't understand how they got there. And there are cues on that there's something going on, but there hasn't been nothing so far explained as to why. And you don't know who the hell is actually controlling this. I mean, yes, you get to see within the show, Vision and Wanda use their powers. And I like the details of how they use it, and like in very retro special effects of the time. But they're still kind of like, okay, we're in this world and we're gonna have to play along, but how the hell did we get here, really? And where do we come from again? And I mean, I know who we are, and we're together. And oh, by the way, spoilers. In the end, she's preggo. We didn't. Well, we kind of did actually see the conception, but not in the dirty way. Like, not that you're gonna have to find it in Pornhub, unless someone is filming that scene right now. So knock yourself out if you want to see that fan-made Pornhub version of how Vision impregnated Wanda. Another sugar water. Water. H2O. Anyway, yeah. Still no idea how the hell they're in that world. So, yeah, that's my review. So far, what can I tell you? Some characters, but you don't know what is what so far. So, I guess the audience, namely moi, who is giving the review at this moment, is as confused as Wanda and Vision. Wandavision. Oh, that's where I get the name. I just got it. No, I didn't. Anyway. So yeah, there's your short geek review of WandaVision so far. Sure glad I didn't throw away my Disney Plus subscription after The Mandalorian ended. Because now we're going to get all the Marvel series. So every Friday, you got the Disney Plus. You're going to get a new episode of WandaVision. Hopefully, they will have Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier following up suit soon. Guess they're also going to be working on Hawkeye. And then, what is it? Captain Marvel? Or Miss Marvel? Yeah, Miss Marvel. I think She-Hulk. There's a bunch of things that Disney, Marvel is working on. They're working on an Obi-Wan series. I mean, Disney Plus has done a lot of course correction in terms of the expectations the fans had for the new sequel trilogy, which in a lot of people's minds it disappointed. For me, it was meh. Look, I've been through this tirade again, and I feel like it's a necessity to always explain myself as to why I always take these type of course of actions. But I feel like I'm being the only voice of reason when people take this type of shit to the extreme. It's a fucking movie. It's a story. It's being told, whether correctly or incorrectly, it's being told by people who maybe they do have the best well wishes. I don't think anybody that sets out to waste millions and millions of dollars decides to do it just to piss people off. I think that they do it with the best of intentions, but with, missing the mark. Like life. I don't think everybody on Earth goes on life just to fuck it up on purpose. We fuck it up by, being us, humans. Not that we do it on purpose, it's just that that's the way it is. You learn by fucking up. That's the best teacher. I mean, you can have people warning you and teaching you and guiding you and telling you, don't go through there. But at the end of the day, the best teacher any human is going to have is their own fuck up self. By fucking up, that's how we really learn. Message. Anyway. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Anyway. Jesus Christ, in less than 10 minutes. I barely got 10 minutes in this shit. A little over 10 minutes in this shit. I already reviewed Wandavision. Yeah. Let's go into the deep end. What deep end? I don't know. I'm fucking improvising here. I'm improvising because I think I still haven't found the niche, the edge of this particular podcast is, because I thought that, if I get somebody to co-host it with me, but I decided to start a podcast in the time of Corona where, people coming in, kind of difficult. And now with curfews and shit, where I live in DR, it's kind of makes it even more difficult. So I'm left to my own devices. I'm left alone. And as you can tell by now, it is very entertaining shit. Very entertaining shit. The most entertaining shit of them all. So yeah. So what type of podcast could this be? What is the north that I'm trying to aim? Is it to talk about my, struggles in faith? My struggles to, my interpretation of what is and what should be. And I guess that's something generic in terms of probably every human is going through that. Anybody that's at least thinking about it. Because there's a good majority that are not thinking about it. They're just boozing their way through life, going to shit face from shit faced. If one phase of shit phasing to another. And intoxicating themselves up to where the liver can take it, and then sending their asses to an early grave, joining that whole 27 club and whatnot. I am not in that club, although I'm doing a banging job in terms of mistreating my body by eating all the shit that I can find, because I've been quarantined for almost a year, and I now kind of like being the sedentary life of being isolated from troglodytes and assholes and idiots. I kind of like it. Kind of enjoy it. I don't like the fact that people are dying from COVID. I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. I wish that fucking disease never showed up on the planet. But selfishly, I have to say that I like being at home. I like working from home. Selfishly, I love staying at home because I get to spend the whole day with my daughter. I'm as basic vanilla BS as you can find, people. So if you're going to try to find an edge in me, the only edge in me is that I curse them out. I think for myself. I don't try to stay tied up into the thoughts of certain tribes that control me. So I try to be a three thinker. That's pretty much my shit. And I don't, with the exception of the rant that was last episode calling the now future ex-president Donald Trump the overgrown orange Oompa Loompa piece of shit, because I was angry because you could, well, obviously I was angry, yes, because what the fuck happened, and let's not tread those waters again because it's a done deal. And if I offended any sympathizers of Trump, my apologies, but I just called it as I saw it. And I just see his bullshit. I'm sorry. If you don't see his bullshit, that's on you, okay? That's you. Keep living your life. Keep doing you. But I happen to see his bullshit. I can see clearly his bullshit from fucking 2 galaxies away from here. That bullshit is screaming. It's fuming. And it is creating a fume dust that it vacuums the entire universe. And it can be seen from any conceivable angle, in my opinion. But if you don't see it, that's on you. Like, I don't get why Christians back this son of a bitch. Oh, because he follows our policies. He follows your policies because he wants your vote. He follows your policies because it's quid pro quo. He follows your policies because it's beneficial for him. Because he gets your vote. Not because he's a Christian. I'm more Christian than him. How can I dare say that? I never fucked another woman other than my wife. I have not cheated on my wife physically. I have not gone out physically and cheated on my wife with multiple women. So right there gives me more moral high ground. There you go. Obi-Wan Kenobi going with the high ground. And if that Darth Vader sand-hating piece of shit Donald Trump wants to jump in, well, I'm just going to have to chop off both of his legs and one arm. That is a Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith reference. Giving you all the highlights there so you can get it. If you don't get it, go and just find it for yourself. I've been trying to control myself in terms of not being so damn angry. Because I'm always damn angry. I'm always very angry. I'm very angry all the time. Because it pisses me off to see the joke that Christianity has become. And people are like, why do you give such a shit about a religion? Because, chug of water again. I identify myself as a Christian. Not a particularly good one, as I've stated. Because I don't want people to use me as an example. Hence, one of the reasons why I don't want this thing to grow per se, because this is more like a selfish thing in terms of this is cathartic, this is therapeutic, a way for me to express my ideas and putting it out there in the zeitgeist and let the chips fall where they may, but without necessarily saying it. This is the classic, if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to see it, does it make a sound? So this is, or the Schrodinger's cat, or the Schrodinger's podcast. I should have called this thing the Schrodinger's podcast. There's a missed opportunity there. Anyway, this is kind of like a social experiment per se. Like, it's there, it's available, but you're gonna have to fucking find it because I ain't promoting it. But if you find it, you find this little treasure box, which is my thoughts and ideas on certain things. So, as I stated, I identify myself as a Christian, though a very not good one, to say the least, because although I'm not fucking around, I do have this beautiful language and a plethora of, or a laundry list of shit that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. Now, this past year, the 2020, that wonderful, beautiful year, taught me a lot of lessons in terms of my faith. Now, this is a very personal thing, and I can't make you see it my way, and I'm not even pretending to. So, unfortunately, for this type of criteria, you're gonna have to take my word for it, because I'm the one who lived through it, and it's my perception of how I saw things. I'm not trying to force you to see my perception. I'm not trying to, by saying this, that you have to follow my way, because this is the trap that Christianity has fallen into. It's like we're trying to convince people to follow the instructions of our sacred book, and we're trying to do it by force. And although I do believe, to a certain extent, some of the instructions, or the majority of the instructions, mind you, there's certain things that are not that black and white. And I don't have the time or the details to go through it, because I'm not a theologian, and I'm not an authority on scripture to tell people what to do or what not to do. But that's precisely the whole point. Like, who are we to tell people who don't even have our faith, who don't even believe what we believe in, to follow our set of rules set exactly how we follow it? Like, that's not how true Christianity works. How true Christianity works is you let Jesus touch the person, the faith starts to come in, and then we have this thing called the Holy Spirit, which guides us into all truth. That's basic Christianity 101. That's the Christianity that was being lived up in the first century. That's the Christianity that the first Christians lived. And then somewhere along the way, it got tangled up into this fucking religion that obligates people to do this and that, and you have to do this and that, and then you have to give money, and then you have to give this, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and then commandment by commandment by commandment by commandment, and then the whole safe by grace thing got lost around the shuffle. Then came Martin Luther, kind of reminded people of that, and then it became the whole rules again. And then we have like 20,000 subgroups of Christianity that one is more confusing than the next, and all of them started with the best of intentions. It is my understanding that all of them started with the best of intentions. It's not just to get another aim at the scam, not another way to scam people out of their money. It started out with the best of intentions. No, I think that we're losing perspective. That's what I believe that certain groups, when they started, no, I don't think this is the right way we should go about this on our faith. I think we should go about it this direction. No, you're wrong. Okay, so I'm getting the hell away from you, and I'm going to start my own group. That's when the bullshit began. And now we have what we have now, which is like the 20,000 subgroups of Christianity, where the only thing they can pretty much agree upon is that there is a God. Then everything else is up for grabs. Jesus was an angel. No, he wasn't. He was the son of God. No, he wasn't. He was a prophet. No, he wasn't. He was this. No, he wasn't. He was that. Mary's the mother of God. No, she was a mother of Jesus. Jesus on the flesh, not God. And then we start from the whole fucking thing there. And yes, I have my personal opinions on a plethora of matters, but that's not the whole fucking point. That's you're missing. You're like, how do you say that expression? You're like, you're confusing the forest from the trees, like you're missing the big picture. And the big picture is that Jesus saves you, Jesus changes you, and the reason that in my opinion at least, that you don't see a full-fledged Christianity the way Jesus wanted it, the way he saw it, whether you believe Jesus was who he said he was or not, that's not what I'm trying. Again, I'm not trying to change people. I'm not trying to convince people. I'm not trying to preach to people. That's not even the purpose. The purpose is spewing what the hell is in my head. That's it. Just saying my piece and saying it alone without the repercussions of people just answering back because Jesus Christ, that's another one. Internet. Holy fuck. I will never, ever make a comment on anything in the internet again and any type of social media because you motherfuckers, and I say meet you, I'm talking about the sons of bitches that are listening to this. Sons and daughters of bitches. We generalize, not be sexist. Sexist. Yes. There's some sons of bitches that you cannot make a fucking comment and they'll just rip you to shreds. I'm like, motherfucker, first of all, do you know me? Like, what the fuck gives you the authority to just slam me through a fucking wall and tear me to shreds without even fucking knowing me? You don't fucking know me. I don't know you. Where the fuck is this hostility? Oh, because I don't agree with you. Can we be civil about it and just don't fucking destroy me just because? And it's not because they are against the idea. I have no problem that people be against my ideas. Not that. It's that they go on a personal attack and they attack you directly just for having a thought. That I'm very much against. So until you motherfuckers learn to grow up and act like fucking adults, like real adults, like people who actually have some fucking brain that knows that you don't offend people just by admitting your opinions, and just because people have a difference in opinion doesn't give you the right to call them all the names under the sun just because you feel offended. Until you learn that, I will not fucking make a comment on the internet. And that's why I reserve myself to make these type of shits, idea tanks or idea flows here on my own, on a podcast that nobody's listening to. Just so I can get shit out of my head, get shit out of my chest. And, and you can take what I've said about Christianity and you can pretty much apply it to any fucking philosophy on the planet. Is because we just get married with ideas to an idea. And if a group contradicts my idea, they're hurting me. And I will not have that. And then the war starts. The war of words starts. And I don't get that. I really don't. Like, if we're going to be sincere and honest, either side, believing and non-believing, scientists, whatnot, we have information. We educate ourselves to the best of our capacity to the limits of our understanding. But in the end of the day, we truly don't know shit. Science, for everything that has given us, and I love science. I enjoy science. I am using the benefits of science right now as I speak because I'm recording this, and I will be transmitting this later on, and it will be going out to the internet for everyone who gives a shit to listen to this, to enjoy it and listen to it. But science doesn't have the answer for everything. Science is more of follow the lead and see where it takes you. But it doesn't answer everything. There has to be variables that you have to take account on. Its structures are not necessarily linear. I mean, there's more than one dimension to a thing. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, multiple dimensions of arguments that you can make in terms of finding the truth. And the truth, sadly, for us humans, is bigger and too high of a concept that we cannot yet fully understand. That's why I still, even though I struggle and go through my shit, I still hang to the balance, to the thread that there is a God. Is he exactly as religion or a certain religion expresses he is? That I do not know, and I'm not 100% sure. And I don't know. And you know what? It could be that religion is wrong about God in certain areas. I mean, it's been proven that the translation of the Bible in certain extent has been wrong. Not everything, not 100%, but like a 2 or 3 or 4% of the things. That, for example, this is my favorite, by the way, because it's dirty. A recent discovery in terms of the Bible translation, they found out that in the Adam and Eve story, whether you believe there was an Adam and Eve, that's not important. That's not the case. That doesn't go with the case right now, or the flow of the story. It's just an example that I'm giving you right now. It was discovered recently that, you know, the Adam and Eve story, that they took a rib, quote unquote, from Adam. It turns out that word was badly translated. It was not a rib. It was actually aim. You should aim lower, you know, to the groin area. Yeah, dick bone. It was a dick bone. So Eve was made out of Adam's dick bone. Hence why, allegedly, if you believe this or not, us humans don't have bones on our dicks. Well, most mammals do. They do have a bone on their dick. But we don't. So that's the reason why. Allegedly. Again, you're working with translations of things with dead languages that are no longer in use. So we're doing a very approximate guess. And plus, this is Old Testament, and the Old Testament is very hard to translate, contrary to the New Testament, which just has some more documents. And I think that what I've heard is that the New Testament is 91% accurate to the original text. So that's a very good damn percentage, if you ask me. That's a pretty damn good. So am I saying please doubt the Bible? Look, do with the information what you will. What I'm trying to say is that don't hold such a hard grip on things that you are not 1,000% sure of. Like, you can believe in God with proof or no proof, fine, but that doesn't give you a right to be an asshole about it. The same goes to the atheist. Just because you don't believe in God doesn't make you superior to people that do believe in God. Yes, there are a lot of religious assholes out there, but there's a lot of atheist assholes as well. So whether the concept of a deity doesn't give you the right to be an asshole or not being an asshole, the asshole is you. And the problem is not believing in a deity or not. The problem is that human beings are assholes and will fight to death about any type of subject. Believe me, if the subject of God was not an issue, we will still be finding an issue to be fighting over with. Like that South Park episode, we're going to be fighting for what's the real science then. If let's pretend that in 100 years from now, religion is abolished, there's no such thing as been eradicated from the hearts and minds of men, and you think we're going to be living in peace? No, the fucking problem has always been us. The problem has always been us. The problem is not religion. Religion is just the fucking excuse that we use to beat the shit out of each other. That's it. We're just looking for excuses to fight each other because we're evil cunts. We just want to fucking fuck up each other. We just want to fucking jump on each other. I mean, there's a reason why people still watch wrestling. They know it's fucking fake as fuck, but they'll watch it anyway. Why? Because they want to see somebody get the fuck up. They want to see people getting fucked up. Even if it's pretend. We will just admire their fucking athleticism and say, God damn it, look what the fuck they do just to entertain our asses. We know it's bullshit, but we're taking it anyways. We're swallowing it in, and we know it's bullshit, and we're swallowing it. Why? Because it's entertaining as fuck. These people can do shit that we can't. And it's like, wow, look at this motherfucker. Look at him go. Look at him, what he's doing. Look at what she's doing. So, fuck, people. Can we learn how to fucking coexist with each other without trying to kill each other for one goddamn fucking second? I mean, if you're looking for per historians, this is the most peaceful time the earth has ever lived. And you know what? Want to hate me for this? Go ahead, hate me for it. But I think the good part, not all, but the good part of Christianity had something to do with it. Because the message of Jesus rang true in terms of love each other. And whether you want to admit it or not, people are more calm now than they were, 500 years ago. 500 years ago, we were fucking savages, beating the shit out of each other with any fucking object we can find. Now, you do see that kind of shit, but it's not as common as it was before. Because before, you wanted to solve a problem, kill a motherfucker. You solve the problem, allegedly, but then it created more problems. Because then you would have revenge, and then one side want to kill the other, and then the whole thing propagates. Now we kind of still have some of those problems, and then been, lingering here and there. But overall, humanity has learned how to be more, how to deal with each other better. Although, if you go to Twitter, that would kind of be contradicted in a second, because, Jesus Christ, I must say this. Is there any more assholes congregated in a social media more than Twitter? Instagram comes in a close second. But, god damn it, Twitter's just creamed up with assholes. It's like, I barely tweet anymore. I still got my Twitter, and I just check the feeds and say you check the people that I know and certain people that I follow, and that's it. But I try my damnedest to not commentate, because why the fuck would I want to start World War III on Twitter land? And now with the thing they did to Trump, which, by the way, whether you agree with, kind of harsh, that decision, but I don't blame them that much, because you gotta cut the fucking root. And it was long overdue. The dude should have been shut up a long time ago, because he was just spewing shit out of his mouth 24/7, or out of his thumbs in this case, when typing. But still, Twitter is like the garbage can of the internet, where there's just shit upon shit upon shit. It is the wasteland of the internet. Is where people just go and be the most vitriol kind of asshole they can be. And I avoid that shit like the plague. Anyway, that's been today's podcast. Very weird one, I might add. I'd like to remind you all to keep buying shit on my TeePublic store. It's not just t-shirts. We got, cell phone cases, laptop cases, notebook stickers, magnets, whatnot, with the designs that I've done. You can go there. The links will be in the description of the podcast and on the video version that you'll be seeing, although not my face. I won't be recording video in a while. Just thinking of doing this more natural and not be aware that there's somebody looking at my ugly fat ass, and just avoid that shit. Anyway, this has been the Husky Barbu. I would like to thank also the people who have been buying shit. That's been helping out a little. Keep buying shit, keep buying stuff on that page. So those of you who have been done so, thank you. Keep doing the good work. Keep helping me. And if you can, if you don't want to buy nothing, don't buy nothing. But if you want to, and if you like something that's there, please do. And I'll try. I won't promise anything, but I'll try to update the store with new merch. Anyway, this has been the Husky Barbu. This has been Ariel. Take care, guys. Peace out, and bye.